The best thing about fall in New York.
Just that everything is changing, you know?
You get rid of the summer tourists. It's all the real New Yorkers who come out in the fall.
You have to just be more present. Tea tastes better. You know, like you have to take every moment quietly. Because summer is this long, extended, like, sort of like yawn, you know? And in fall, you have to get ready. I mean, if you take it seriously, like winter is coming. And so you have to begin thinking, how are you going to survive this thing? And so you get focused.
You know, I'm actually not from New York, but I took my first walk through Central Park and saw a myriad of leaves with beautiful colors falling from the trees and still clinging to them, and that color is like art in itself, you know, it's beautiful. And then I went to the top of the Rockefeller Center and saw the big rectangular park from way up above and all the buildings around it, and I thought, in what other city can you see the fall colors surrounded by a concrete jungle? I mean, it's really quite a contrast and quite special. I liked it a lot.
Today I was walking and, you know, little signs of Christmas are coming up, and that's just really teasing and exciting and brilliant.
The air has that smell of kind of like campfire and like wood, and I love it. The pretty colors.
Which I don't have back home where I grew up in Israel.
Right before the sun goes down, it reflects off the clouds, really cool.
I just spent the last 3 years in Boston, and you have that there, but it's cold. And at least you can bear the cold here.
I don't like to think about it, but the fact that it's going to get real cold, and I'm going to get real sick of the cold really easy.
The cold weather.
The cold weather, actually.
I just like being cold.
I mean, it's not too cold or it's not too hot, it's just perfect. Especially when you're walking around, since we always have to walk around, it's so great weather. You don't have to sweat or you're not too cold.
The cold brings on the real stuff. Can I swear?
The fashion.
Scarves and hats, everything like that.
The real all right? It's the real
Warm jackets. And
lots of tights and boots. All women own at least 3 pairs of boots in New York.
I think that's the greatest thing about fall in New York.
The ladies, yeah.
We do follow certain rules and stuff, so we try to be as fashionable as possible.
I love everything about it.
the worst thing about fall in New York, well, I guess it's the end of fall. It's being really, really cold and being really, really far from home.
I have no disposition to fall. I like everything about it. Except everything like dies. All the leaves like fall off. Leaves can be kind of a bummer because a lot of them, you know, they're dying essentially. And I don't know, they're always on my car. I have to clean them up.
The declining quality and quantity of sunlight.
I wake up in the morning at 5:30 and there's no daylight, and then no sunlight, and I leave work at 6 and there's no sunlight.
Well, I live now in Minnesota, and when fall hits, that means that you're going to have about 6 months of winter time after that. And so people get a little melancholic and a little depressed and a little quiet and secluded. I haven't really felt that in New York. I feel that life slows down a little bit. You know, maybe people rush a little bit more quickly to the subway to get home, or, you know, not spend so much time outdoors. So I guess life does slow down a little bit, but not so much as in other cities.
It's just really cold that I'm not used to it. Like, I'm from Japan and it doesn't get this cold during the fall.
Well, there won't be snow for another while, hopefully.
New York, baby.
The cold and walking the streets late at night after you've been out drinking or I don't know what.
Yeah, I think it's more interesting in New York.
Even the bad things, you can still turn into like rosy cheeks and just everything's so
Santa.
Such an optimist tonight, Michelle.
The holidays are coming. You could look at it as good or bad.
I don't think fall has a worst part, actually. I think that of all the seasons, fall is the one with the most promise, because you're sort of entering this place of quietness and, you know, the winter, which is death, et cetera, but you're going towards spring and regurgitation. I think summer is really sad, because summer is like you have nothing to go towards but the end, the death, it ends. But now there's like all of this possibility. So I don't think there's anything bad about fall.